Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming back at you with another Hail Caesar Germanic Tribesmen miniature updates. Alright, so I've made quite a bit of progress since my last update. I finished painting my warbands. I've even blacklined, sealed them, flat coated them, and now I have actually glued them to their bases. Okay, these are the bases that I cut out, and I grouped them into two bases per warband, right? These bases are 80 by 80s, so I've got 6 warbands right here. Okay, which is kind of where my goal is, as you can see right here. Okay, so now they're drying with the Elmer's glue. As you can see, the white along there. Okay, so now once they dry, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to flock the base. I'm actually going to paint the base, and then I'm going to flock it. And then they will pretty much be done. Right? Now, just to let you know how I went ahead, and this is kind of a little bit of the insight of what I've done with these guys. Each warband has a headquarters element. Okay, so you'll see a musician, a war chief, or a chieftain, a war chief, and a standard bearer. Right? So you got a musician, a chief, and a standard bearer. Musician, chief, standard bearer. Yep, musician, chief, standard bearer. On all of them, right? On each, there's one of those groups in each of the warbands. So I've got 6. I don't know if you can kind of see this, but I did not put them in rows or put them in any kind of order. I just started placing them on there, just started gluing them down. And I did not do that randomly. Okay, I glued their location randomly, but I did go through my models, and I took, let's say, this guy right here, right? He's a, you probably can't see it with the standard, but there's a version of him right there. He's a dude carrying a club, okay, with a bearskin pelt, right? Each war band has that guy. His pants might be painted differently. His hair might be painted differently, but each war band's going to have that guy with a club. That guy with a club. And I made sure that I put one in each warband. Then I went and I picked, okay, there's a guy with a sword and a spear, right? A sword and a spear, and a sword and a spear. And I did that on each one of the guys. Then I went through and I got the bearskin with sword on each one. Bearskin with axe on each one. And basically, I spread them out so every warband had a similar composition. So, like, there might be a guy leaning over here, and then there might be a guy leaning over here, and then there might be a guy leaning over here, and then leaning over there, leaning over there. Okay, not talking about colors now. I'm just talking about poses. Okay. Okay, and then I have to go through, that guy was actually leaning over. He wasn't being glued. His glue wasn't drying. Okay, well, he's now good. I just pushed him down. The Elmer squished out the base. He's good to go. This one model there kept falling over. It's good. I propped it. It's dry. Okay, having separated them into their piles, then I decided, you know, I'm going to kind of organize these in a way where they're kind of similar in a way. So, like you'll notice on this warband here, you see that shield decal? That same shield decal is right there. So I put that same shield decal on each of the stands. On this one here, we've got this shield decal. You'll notice it's right there on the second stand. Over here we got that shield decal. and it looks like, I'm having a look, but I think it's right there. So each stand had a guy with the same type of shield, so I can match them up. That was the first step. The next step was similar. They didn't have to be exact because I wanted it to be kind of random and, you know, kind of tribesman-like. But I did want to have a little bit of similarities. Like, a lot of these guys have red on them, right? A lot of these guys have yellow on them. A lot of these guys have green on them. A lot of these guys have blue on them. And what I did was I kind of matched that with the shield pair that I did. So if I paired off a couple of shields, like this one is red and yellow shield, and this, you know, this shield right here, I don't know if you can see it. It's got red and yellow and a little bit of black, so I made sure I put some red and yellow in there. And like this shield has blue on it, so I made sure there was a lot of blue in there. And that's basically how I did that. I paired them up. Now they're not exact. I mean, there's still guys with just yellow on, and there's still guys with red and green on or whatever. But the majority of them are wearing that color. And then I put them 12 per base. Okay, there's 12 guys per base, but because they are put in such a haphazard way and they're kind of spread out or gapped out a little bit, it was able to fill up the base. I mean, I considered doing 16 figures in there, making them nice and tight like a Roman legion or a Macedonian phalanx. I was going to put them close together, side by side, and do 16, but it didn't look right. It looked like they were all in formation, and they weren't I don't know, wild fighters. They looked like they were orderly or drilled. So I decided against that, and I went with 12 per. So that's still 24 figures in a warband, and those 24 figures was able to be spread out over 6 warbands, because if I did 16 per, I would have only had 4.5 warbands or something like that. I was trying to do math, but I wound up doing 6 warbands. I think I've got like 6 figures left over. That's great. I ordered Vercingetorix, so he's a Celt leader. He fought in Alesia, and he was like a thorn in Caesar's side. So I ordered his figure. I already have Aerovicius. So Vercingetorix is a Celt, and Aerovicius is a German, and they're both going to be generals for both armies. It doesn't matter. You know, they're both basically Gaelic, Germanic Celts. And then I just need one other figure to be a general, and I did not order like the chieftain pack. I didn't think I needed it because I've got a few extra figures, and I'm just going to use one I'm just going to mount them on a single base and just make him a general. Still have to do the cavalry, still have to finish these bases, and we're rocking and rolling, today being the 18th. So I still have 2 more weeks to finish this project before we start playing Hail Caesar. So yeah, all right, thanks for coming out and checking out this video, and every couple of days I'll upload a video so that you can see my progress, and I'll catch you next time.